Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. We hope we reach many of you out there and in different locales. We hope you are all feeling the joy of being in life and in your human experience at this level of three-dimensional experience that you are having. Difficult at times, right? Difficult at times to be aware that you are more than what this reality that we call your 3D. For this session, we'll refer to this 3D, that you are more than this 3D reality that you are wandering in and functioning in and bringing yourselves to different awareness, and that you are more than that, and you know that you are more than that, and you feel the distance from that. You are feeling the weight and burden of the experience of being in human form, all that carries. You feel the joy too. You feel, the joy of a baby coming in, or the beauty of flowers, or the beauty of a sunset, a sunrise. You feel all of these things, and that's when you say, yes, this is what I live for. This is what brings me joy. And yet inside, so many of you know, but there's more. And that's what you are on a journey of discovery of. What more are you? What is the truth of who you really are? And we talk about this all the time with you, and you know that. Here we go again. Sornia's talking about the truth of who you really are. We know that. But we want you to really know that. You want to really know that. Your personal journeys are one thing, but what you're doing in terms of the collective and for all is very important. Again, so many of you still function from, operate from, think from, act from a place of individual by feeling individual, that you are somehow separate from everything, that you don't, especially those of you who are more evolved in your understanding of spiritual metaphysical practices and such. You feel more evolved, but yet you are feeling restrained. You are feeling held back and incapable of grabbing that very essence of what we talk about in who you really are. So you struggle. You struggle with the human part and trying to erase and transmute and melt away the energies that are coming to you, the emotional experiences that are coming to you, and through the different means that they come to you, through all your different experiences, yet you feel tied into them. You feel this is who you are. And you fail, so many of you, and this is really what we want you to ponder and question. How much do you really feel that you are a part of everything, and everything is a part of you? All the cells in your body, all that which you cannot see. What does it mean to be not an individual tromping through this 3D reality in your 3D suit that makes you feel like an individual, and that's all that matters, and that's what makes people very selfish and self-absorbed. But what does it mean to feel like every action, every thought, every word, everything that you do has a ripple effect and touches everyone and everything that is there. Everything. And this is true for everyone in every corner of every existence, every realm, every reality. That everything is connected. Deeply connected. That none of you exist as a solitary individual being. Impossible. You are connected to everything, which is connecting you to Source, to Creator, to the Divine. And that is the truth. But knowing it in words is what most of you, and again, we're not trying to be here to accuse you, but most of you understand it as words. And you'll say it. We are all one. Well, what does that really mean? We are all one. How do you know that you are all one? So if someone were to come to you and say, and you might get this from people, well, what does that mean? Those who are skeptics, right? Those who don't believe the way that you believe. We are all one. Well, give me the facts. What do you mean we are all one? What would you be able to present to them? How would you be able to have that argument with them? And many of you would say, well, it's a feeling, it's a knowing, and that's very true. But what is that feeling and knowing like for you? It's very important, we feel, that we kind of push on this at this time because of, first of all, the divisiveness going on in your world. And you all know this. And those of you who hear this message don't buy into it. You don't buy into it. But a little bit, you get influenced by it because it's meant to. It's triggering for some of you feelings of negativity towards your neighbor, towards those around you. You find it harder to, because we're seeing this, we're sharing with you what we're getting from you in human form. So you know, we're just giving you feedback on what we're seeing for you. So we see that some of you, we would say all of you really, struggle with maintaining that sense of not being divided. And we're talking about the human aspect, that you don't buy into the, well, you're this and I'm that, therefore we can't be friends, right? You don't buy into that. But a part of you does, because we're seeing that. And not because you are wanting to, but because it's being exposed to you to see how deep these insidious and evil aspects have been embedded in the very fabric of being a human being. Therefore, you're at this time really experiencing some depths of discord. You're feeling the workings of what evil really is. Because think about it. Everyone that receives this message, you are a loving, caring, joyous being. And you love your neighbor as you love yourself. We see that for the most part. But a lot of you have embedded in you just a strand or two of, well, maybe I am a little different. We're bringing this up not to, some of you may get angry with us and say, I'm not like that, but we want you to look at it. Is it true? And we're not saying this to upset people, upset anyone who receives these messages. It's always good to keep yourself under that microscope. That's how you are freeing yourself. So we give you feedback from where we see you are experiencing the earthly existence. We give you what we can so that you can move forward and release what you no longer have any desire to hold on to. And sometimes it's very hard to let go of those things. Most of you are probably nodding your heads now and saying, okay, now Sornia, now you're talking my talk, right? We see that. And we see the struggles. Again, we don't have every answer. We have a lot of answers. We're closer to feeling and experiencing the truth of everything than you are, because we don't have the blocks that you have. But many of you are becoming aware of how deeply the evil can run. And isn't it a wonderful thing, really, a wonderful experience to understand it and see it and recognize it in yourself and allow yourself to have the experience and then choose what you will do with it. And many of you may be going, yeah, but it's still there. It's been going on and blah, blah, blah. Keep going forward. You have no choice, right? Or when you do have a choice, you either keep moving forward or you stay stuck in the proverbial past, as you say. You stay stuck in what happened a long time ago or what may have happened in another lifetime. You stay, and even if you're not aware of it, you may be these below the surface, more subtle energies within you. It's so important for all of you to be patient at this time because of all the influences. And I know we keep telling you that, but cannot you see how many great changes are happening? If you look for it, you can see it. More and more people are awakening really to the truth of who they are, and that's thanks to everything that all of you are doing, going back to understanding yourselves as being part of, truly being part of all that is. Look at it and see what you have done. Look for those areas in your life where there has been change in your relationships or your own attitudes, how you view things. We encourage you to do that because this is a time of you as individuals. There we go with the individual, right? But as individual beings on this planet, to bring yourself back to understanding yourself as being part of a greater experience, a greater whole. That is the truth. But we want you to know it as energy. We want you to know it as emotional experience. We want you to know it from that place of truth. And we want you to define it for yourselves so you can define it for other people, so that others, when they speak with you, whether they want to believe it or not, that's not the point. But when somebody says to you, well, what does it mean to be all one? If people should ask, we hope they would. What does that mean? And you are able to tell them your own personal perspective, how you feel that. And why is it also important? I mean, for many perspectives, it's important that you understand who you are as part of that greater, connection as oneness, right? How does that feel? What does it look like? How do you understand it? The benefits are for you because that's truth. And when you are able to stand in your truth, nothing can harm you. That's the bottom line. Speak your truth. Be your truth. Because when you are that truth, nothing can penetrate that. And you feel strong. And you feel brave. And you know what happens? Is you always do what is the right thing for any circumstance. We believe this is just a kind of a prediction, if you will. We don't know. Again, things can change, but we feel that you will be tested in a way in regards to speaking your truth and what does it mean to be part of that oneness, that you are part of that oneness. It will manifest in ways in which you will understand it, that will be personal for you to understand, that for one may understand it in their own way and another in his or her own unique way. But you will be tested, we believe. We believe it's important for you. You believe it's important too. We're just relaying to you information that you already know in the depths of you, that you come to get this information in your sleep state. Some of you haven't been sleeping well. Also, just a little side note, not to get distracted here, but that's also what's going on, is that you know this, but we want to bring it into awareness so that you can fortify yourselves in ways that are beneficial to you and to the greater good, right? To the oneness that you are so lovingly a part of. So, because of all of this, some of you may start to feel a sorrow at loss of what could have been. We don't know. Each of you, again, will kind of have your own experience, but there will be a feeling of loss that will kind of permeate the planet coming up. There's been a lot of loss. It may have touched your lives and it may not have touched your lives, but we anticipate more loss. We don't know the numbers or things like that. Please don't try to put that out there. We want you to be strong so that when things begin to look dark, that they could be, that you are strong and you radiate your light into that darkness, and you don't fall prey to that darkness, because it's very insidious and it comes in ways that it sees your Achilles heel, it sees your vulnerable areas. Let's go in here. Let's go and wiggle our way in. And you don't know, because it's so insidious. It comes in those deeper layers of your energy system, right? That you are unearthing and revealing and exposing and cleansing. That's what you're doing now as you understand your connection to oneness and how that all is. So you may feel yourself, we bring up loss because there's a loss of identity here that many of you will be willing, you're very willing to have that loss of identity. You understand the importance of no longer identifying as Joe the plumber. Hope you like that one, or whatever it is that your career is, but you start to identify with yourselves as the eternal being having the human experience. And as that's happening for you, that's going to increase that feeling, that need to know yourself in that way. So that door is opened. You have stepped through over the threshold willingly. You are the first ones, again, with others on the planet that are also in agreement with this, to embark on this, but many are going to follow. And this is going to be a beautiful wave of freedom. We don't know, again, how things will unfold on your planet and what, your perspective and your perception of things, how you will experience things, and how much you are able to understand your own self. But this is what the ultimate goal will be, we feel, in the coming months, that yes, you will have these experiences of loss and grief, that, what's happening. But remember, this is on a global, cosmic scale. Think of it, the impact of that. So it's not that some of you will be losing people you love, because that's part of the nature of things, but you know that they don't go very far, that they are right there, so there is really no loss. And it's important for you to understand that at this time. So as you understand it, you bring comfort to those who don't understand that there is truly no ending of anything, that you continue on. maybe not in your physical form the way you understand it, but you continue on as an eternal being and have many more experiences. You don't know, but we want you to be aware, because as you are aware, given the nature of all of you who hear these messages, that you are compassionate and caring beings, you will have the patience to see those around you from that perspective of we are all one. And, these people that maybe are grieving in ways that you feel it might be excessive, you can comfort them by holding the truth for them from your perspective. So we hope this makes sense. You've embarked on a very, very important part of this awakening, the awakening for everyone. And we're here for you. Your chakras, just to give you a heads up, you're still working on all of those, so you know. That root chakra sure has a lot going on. So does that sacral, doesn't it? A lot going on there. But you're doing it. You're doing it. The heart is opened. The different chakras are expressing themselves quite well. So keep on doing it. Amazing things are in store. You're not done with the hard parts, of course, you know that. But keep going. I guess that's all we have for you. We feel so happy at times, and we see the struggles you have, but we know what the outcome will be for everyone. So that's where we find the joy and the happiness. But we're here for you. Call on us anytime. We hope only that our messages bring you strength, that they give you that little bit of something that you need to keep going. We understand how difficult it is, and we want you, again, as always, we reinforce this, how much we love you, how much we're there for you, and how much we are all in this together. Keep telling yourself that, because this is about really knowing oneness. Make that your mantra. Make that your focus. I want to understand the truth of oneness, of my experience with oneness, however you want to do that. But we really are encouraging you to do that. Make that your daily practice for now. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. It'll come to you when you're ready. All right, that's enough for now. I'm being told. There's such bright light coming from all of you. I had to take a moment to just revel in it for a moment. There's such beauty from all of you. Thank you. As always, we love you very much. We are Sornia. Goodbye.